Boom.
Nice.
All right. So today we're talking about being boring.
Yeah,
and
being boring. The mundane.
The advantages that it brings to your life. Because I've always craved novelty, craved chaos, and my body is paying the ultimate price right now for that. It's just not being able to get consistent and stay in any habitual long-term routine. And so I wanted to ask you, you're kind of the routine master, or definitely much farther along the spectrum of mastery than I am. So what was something that you used to consider boring that you've integrated in, makes your life better now?
See, that's hard because the majority of the things that I do in my life, I think the outside world would deem as boring because it's just repetitive, same things over and over again. And when I find myself not doing the same things over and over again, it's really chaotic. And I'm looking for or am expending a lot of energy in places that had I just done what I needed to do, I probably wouldn't be expending as much energy on trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
But I guess one of the things would be, I think, honestly, I've realized with meal prepping that if I don't meal prep, life is just really chaotic. And although sometimes it is a hassle and it is just the same things over and over again, later on in the week, I'm just super happy that I spent the time and I did it, even though sometimes it's annoying that I have to do it. But sometimes it's that if I forget and it's 12 o'clock at night, or 12 o'clock in the morning, and I'm oh my god, I need to just do this really quick, and I'm gonna be so much happier if I just do this super super fast.
Do you have go-to, do you do the same thing every single week? Do you have kind of a few meals that you cook, and
Yeah.
What does your meal prep look like? Because I want to get into a meal prep routine, and I don't know what to cook in bulk.
I cook a lot of ground beef in bulk, lean ground beef, or 85-15 ground beef, and then I do a lot of chicken thighs. I tried chicken breast when I was younger. I really liked chicken breast, but then I had chicken thighs, and I'm this is way better.
Yeah, so superior.
so
dark meat
much,
all the way.
Yeah, so much better. And it's not even that worse of macros. It's really not. You can definitely incorporate them. And if you're not prepping for a show, it's totally fine. So then I do 2 pounds of chicken thighs, and I either do a honey barbecue sauce and I let it marinate in that, and then I grill them, or I'll do a honey jalapeno seasoning dry rub, and I'll let it marinate in that, and then I'll either put it on the griddle or I'll barbecue them up too. And then I have rice, and then I do a mango, pineapple, cucumber salsa, so I dice it all up, so it's a big huge bin of it, so I just have to scoop it out. And then with the ground beef, I just do honey gold potatoes. And then it's just a burger bowl with ketchup and mustard at nighttime.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And hot sauce. Yeah, it's super good.
I can't behind the ground beef thing. The chicken thighs, though, they're so gross when they're I want to say used, but it's not used. They're just what is it, leftover chicken thighs?
Really?
Chicken's so nasty leftover.
I cut it all up with scissors. Don't judge. Scissors are in the cutting board thingy, the knife thing. That's what they're used for, is to cut meats and things like that, except steak. But I chop it all up, so then when it's in a huge thing, so then it's just chopped up chicken.
Because what grosses me out about leftover chicken is the cold pink part close to the bone.
Oh, see, I get the boneless ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
And then I trim all of the
mistake.
fat off of it. Well, not all of it, but I trim most of the fat off of it, so then there's no gristle. And then it's good. It's literally chicken breast, but way juicier.
Okay, I've got a bunch of chicken thighs. They're bone in though, so maybe I'll have to do 1 week of just gritting through the boned chicken thighs, and next
Yeah.
week I'll get some boneless ones and try that.
Yeah, the boneless ones are, I mean, they're pretty cheap too.
Because I've only meal prepped 1 week in my entire life. Or no, 2 weeks now. There was 2 different weeks that I did, and it really did like completely take the pressure off me. I did it so that I would eat enough, like, because I don't eat enough when I
Yeah.
don't meal prep. I just go without eating because I have like food anxiety, because I have all these gut problems. And so I can't just like, I don't want to just get takeout or something like that. And so I'll just end up not eating. So
Yeah, or you end up calling like Uber Eats or something, or, even though I shouldn't say you, but people in general, I think, do.
yeah.
What did you read earlier today? It was the power of decision making, or like, you gain freedom from not having to make a decision. You gain freedom from not having to make a decision, which gives you a lot of, it does give you a lot of freedom, because you're not wondering what you have to eat, if you're doing your macros, you're not going to wonder if it's going to fit your macros, because you already know that it will, because you prepped it out and you made the plan. And then 2, I don't know, after a long day, sometimes just grabbing what's in, like, out of the fridge, already a prepped meal, is just really nice.
You know what I like to do when I don't plan a meal is I like to think about it for a long time, open my fridge 2 or 3 times and look around inside of it.
And your standards lower every time when you open it.
Yep. And then, I'll just eat a couple pickles or like olives, dip a pickle in mayonnaise or something like that. And then I'll be like, I have to eat something. And I'll go on Uber Eats and I'll build out a whole meal. And it'll take me forever to fucking decide. I'll finally pick a place. I'll build out a whole meal. And then I'll get to the end and I'll be like, $36? Fuck this. And then I just won't. I'll just give up and not eat anything.
Yeah, and that probably took like an hour of your time or an hour and a half of your time. And
yep.
And all because just if you had prepped some food, then that wouldn't have been an issue. And it doesn't even have to be hard. Like, you don't have to put everything in small containers and measure it all out unless you are, unless you have certain physique goals. But at the end of the day, like, I prep all of my protein out, I prep all of my carbs out, or I buy the like already made rice that I can just like throw in the microwave really quick. And then everything's already made, like all the hard stuff's already made, so I just have to add on like the side things. And then that's only like 15 minutes of prep, if anything, and then I have a full-blown meal.
Yep, I'm going to have to get onto that. This next season of my life is like, my goal is to be as boring as possible. And just by boring, for me, like, routine is really difficult, and it's really boring. I just feel like an intense urge to like bring chaos into my life when I have a routine for a few weeks. But like, for the next couple months, like, my goal is to just like get on a super solid like weekly routine where Sundays I meal prep, and then Monday, Wednesday, Fridays I go to physical therapy and probably do fit class at Core as well.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
And then Tuesday, Thursdays do some sort of there's a place called Augment. Have you heard of that place?
Mm-mm.
It's right over, like, down the street from Core in Longwood, Florida. And it has, like, ice baths and float tank and
cool.
sauna and, like, compression boots where you, like, sit in a gravity chair, like the compression boots I have. But you're in this chair that, like, you're nearly upside down while you have the compression boots on. So it, like, gets all the fluid and pumps all the fluid up. And while you are in the chair, they put like these glasses on you that have these flashes of light that apparently like meditate your brain.
Whoa.
And you listen to a meditation, like, and it's like full complete noise canceling headphones.
Interesting.
And you're in this, like, listen to like a meditation. Like, the one she put on me was for pain. And
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
So I got like 8 sessions there. And I'm going to do those on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Nice.
In between.
Nice.
And then just work, obviously, selling life insurance.
Yeah.
But
where, back to the, like, wanting a novelty and, self-sabotage, essentially, is how you explained it earlier. Where is that drive coming from to, I guess, quote-unquote self-sabotage?
I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it is literally self-sabotage. Like
I'm doing so good, but fuck that. I don't want to do good anymore.
Yeah. I don't know where it comes from. Like I just will get in a routine and like be progressing forward in like a really even way, and I'll just have like an intense urge to like go and party or take a trip or like just do something like really novel. I think it comes from being bored. I just get bored. I get bored when I'm...
Do you think it's like the discomfort of root? I don't know, how do I say this? It's like a feeling of discomfort by doing monotonous things day in and day out that you deem as boring, but in reality it's just like not being comfortable with feeling boring.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I really don't. I need to get to the bottom of what it is, because it's...
Or you're just like addicted to like chaos, which ultimately causes suffering, and you're just addicted to the suffering that the chaos brings.
It could. I wouldn't put it past me at this point. Like I have no idea. It has to be something. Like I am prone to addictions, and it would like track that I would be addicted to something like terrible, like suffering.
It tracks. Okay.
Because I honestly, like I don't know, because I do feel better when, like, I definitely feel better when I have consistent routine. And the weird thing is I was like grilling ChatGPT about it, and it was saying like routine helps you heal from trauma, like emotional and mental trauma. And I'm like, is it some sort of like, do I get uncomfortable? Like, do I start along that healing process? And like, do I get uncomfortable with that and like want to like not address whatever my body and mind now they have? Like I get into a routine, I'm doing like monotonous, good workouts and meal prepping and everything for a little while. And does that give my body time to like start
integrating everything that it's avoiding?
Yeah, integrating all the... And like when that happens,
no way.
Does it just... Am I like...
Abort mission.
Saying it out loud is making it seem like that actually might be kind of what's happening.
I mean, at least we're getting to the bottom of it, It's like therapy.
Yeah. I'm just ashamed that when I say it out loud, it's like resonating so much with me.
It's like, oh man, maybe it is.
Yeah, that I do actually just start like integrating and healing, and I'm just like, nope, I don't like this. Is scary. I don't like it.
I mean, yeah.
Oh no.
I feel like that very well could be it. But at least now, the wound's open, and now you can either work on accepting it or you just continue living in denial. And
no, we're taking a different road. I found myself at the like just thrust into the beginning of the same path so many times, like just somehow finding myself at the beginning of this, like of a cycle over and over again. I refuse to like, I'm fine with having some other self-destructive cycle take place, but it just needs to be a new one. Like I just need to like graduate to it, like where I'm not starting at the same like chaos and everything happens, and then I just wake up one day and decide to get my life together. I'm like, I'm in the same fucking spot again.
It's like when is the lesson learned? How many times we have to go through the lesson for it to finally be learned?
So many.
Yeah. So for some of us, definitely many. And for those people, I say some of us just have hard lessons to learn. For others, it happens pretty fast.
I want to be one of them so bad.
I think that it also comes to a place of like receiving the lesson, or like wanting to be open to where that lesson, or the lesson is there to help you. So maybe that also tracks with, you having a hard time receiving help, and then that kind of unfolds in the way of having a hard time receiving help. The lesson is trying to help you, but you have a hard time receiving the help, therefore you have a hard time receiving the lesson, and that's why the lesson keeps on repeating.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Until you finally get it. Maybe right now you finally get it.
I'm starting to. It's been like so hard learned. The the like month spent inside a hospital bed just ruminating on things and like wondering like how I could have prevented. And like at the end of the day, I did have like something traumatic happen to my legs and break them. Right. But having like consistency and routine like would have prevented a lot of the like not side effects, like what complications and stuff that happened.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think I can agree with that.
Yeah. And the mast cell activation syndrome like is very much controlled by routine and stuff. It's like introducing new weird things into yourself all the time is definitely not conducive to like mast cell activation.
No, your mediator cells are definitely like, what the fuck?
I get like that. What happens to me with diet is I just have to control my carb intake when it comes to diet. Like if I can eat super consistently healthy unless I have like refined carbohydrates, and that is like a risk of like sending me down a bad path.
Yeah.
Like I have to, like I can have a treat every now and then, but it has to be like legitimately every now and then, like one time per week or something. Because if I am having like refined sweets or carbohydrates, of even rice, like even big mega doses of rice or white bread or anything that like converts to sugar quickly, I just get like, it just derails me. I'll just like super.
In what way?
I'll just crave bad food. I just like will.
It's that dopamine hit.
Yeah, it'll do something where like if I have one treat and then I don't have a treat for a while, I'm fine. But if I have like a treat a couple days in a row, then I'll just wake up one morning and I'll be like, I'm going to get like a bunch of junk food right now.
I get that. I feel like I'm kind of the same way. Like I have to be, like once I have one treat, it's like, okay, well I had one. I could like, you know, I've been working out really hard. I could have like another, you know? And it's like this total snowball effect. When in reality, I do think that we, you know, a lot of people don't like hearing this or admitting this, but I do think like we earn our treats, and we should earn our treats because most of the time those treats aren't good for you. And although they taste really good, I mean, the earning thing is really the dopamine hit that you get from eating the treat, you know? Mm-hmm. And you kind of have to earn that dopamine hit, right? Like, and a lot of people don't like saying that because it's like, oh, I don't want to have to earn my food. And it's like, that's not earning food. You're earning the treat. You are fueling your body with food, but the treat is not food. The treat is a treat.
Well, it's easy for me to trick myself into thinking, like, start telling myself the story that I earned it. Like, I have to be careful with that. I can't, like, I just have to, like, have hard, fast rules when it comes to, like, really sugary treats, because for some reason they just trigger my desire to eat, like, fucking complete shit junk food.
What's like the go-to sugary treat?
Cookies or probably cookies.
Yeah, I agree. Cookies and ice cream. Oh man, and brownies.
Yeah, I avoided ice cream for a long time because my reaction to ice cream was so heinous. Like I legitimately like cured myself of lactose intolerance because I had some ice cream when I was at my cousin's the day before my cousin's wedding. Anyways, when I was in Idaho for my cousin's wedding, at some point I ate some ice cream and I was totally fine. Whereas before, that would have been
anything different in it.
It would have felt like, I don't know. I think it was just normal. It was like kind of healthy ice cream.
Oh, see?
I don't know if it had, like, I think it might be the emulsifiers in ice cream.
Oh, that's a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, that is a thing. I've heard other people say that before, that they can't have like certain ice creams because of the emulsifiers in them.
Because, have you ever heard of ice cream for bears?
No.
It's just,
but I think you told me about that.
Yeah, Chuck buys it. It's like legitimately just like whatever ice cream's fucking supposed to be. Like cream, egg yolks, sugar, and flavoring. Oh. It's got like 4 ingredients in it.
Whoa. Where do you get it?
At Sprouts.
Oh, nice.
And it's super expensive, of course. But it's like
real food.
It has complete different texture than ice cream you're used to. Like a totally different texture. It's like super smooth, and like it's soft even when it's frozen. Like even when it's frozen solid, it's not like
nice. Not like icy or
yeah.
hard.
You don't have to like dig into it and like let it thaw. It's just like the perfect texture.
And they have all kinds of flavors.
I don't know. The only one I've tried is like butter pecan, I think.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was really fucking good. It was good.
I bet.
But I ate some of that. That was my first indicator. I ate some of that and it didn't bother me. And that was the first ice cream I tried. I just tried it because before, like a couple bites of Ben and Jerry's, and it felt like raccoons were like fighting inside my gut.
Oh
like,
no!
It was not cool. It was full lactose intolerance.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't. And ice cream was like the worst offender. Like I could eat cheese or like drink a glass of milk, and it wasn't that bad. But ice cream, for some reason, now I'm like working through it out loud. I'm wondering if it's just the emulsifiers that are actually doing it, like the carrageenan, and they put all sorts of weird emulsifiers in ice cream.
So many weird things. Probably. I mean, especially if that bear one you're good with, and it just has like all the natural stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would make sense.
But again, it's just something like I have to be careful with it because ice cream is something that I would binge on. Like when I first, because I was in denial that I had gut problems when I first started having gut problems, and I was eating like a pint of ice cream every night. Like
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, and Kelsey was harping on me because she's a psychopath. Like when she would eat ice cream, she would literally take like the tiniest little bites and have like 4 or 5 of them and then put it away. I'm like, that's sickening. And she would like try to give me a couple little bites and be like, all right, I'm putting it away. And I'm like, no, you can't start this. That's like having one chip. That's insane.
It's impossible.
It's not. It's weird. Like we're committed. Like we got the ice cream out. Let's fucking finish that thing. Like, let's abolish
all
it.
Or nothing.
This is a single serve thing. I thought quarts were single serve before I was paralyzed. Like I would eat so much, but I was doing that, and I was having all these gut issues, and she told me like maybe stop eating.
Like maybe stop eating a pint of ice cream.
Ben and Jerry's every night, and it did like significantly, reel those back a little bit. But I digress. That was a bit of a tangent.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, we all have our sweet treats. I made that video last week, or the week that I was like sick. Yeah, last week, and it was, I think when we get sick that we definitely. Our standards lower, or like we're looking for comfort in different ways. I don't really find comfort in food, but sometimes when I'm sick, it's like, a sweet treat kind of sounds really nice. So I made a video saying like when you're sick, like the sweet treat demon comes and gets you, because it's so true. That was funny. It made me laugh. It's so true. And then then I had it where it like pops up with David Goggins, and he's like, "You're a bitch," and I'm like, "Oh fuck." So but I think we all have like our little sweet treat demon that comes in and gets us for sure.
Yeah, but as far as like keeping on a diet and everything, I'm just gonna like either limit it to like social things. If someone offers me something, or I'm out with people, I'll give myself a little bit of leeway, or like literally one small treat per week. Other than that, like I'm gonna get on the food bandwagon and like start prepping food. And then we talked about it on the last podcast, gonna dial in the bedtime and the morning routine, and then just kind of allow work and physical therapy and that healing like session that I'm gonna do at that Augment place to kind of like cement me into a routine. I'm going to try that for 8 weeks and see if I can't like push forward on like all the different pillars of my life that I want to build up, like this podcast. Because even this podcast, I want to get in a routine of like we get done with it and then I edit and thumbnail and have everything done, rather than like waiting to the last second.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing. Which is fine because we're just in the beginning, but getting it. And well, again, the whole routine, like that's why it's so important to establish routines, because your body then just gets used to like, this is what we're doing now. And then like that's why I have a really hard time when routine changes, because I get so used to doing things and like I know how long it takes. I know what time I have to leave to get from point A to point B, just because I've been following a routine for like a really, really long time. And then once, my routine got switched up when I cut back from going to core 4 days a week to twice a week, that was, I think, the whole like the resistance I was having towards that was because my routine was about to get knocked. Like my whole entire week is revolved around going into therapy 4 days, and now it's getting dropped to 2 days, and now I have basically like 12 hours of my week freed up.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, whoa, like what am I gonna do with that time? I mean, of course I can fill it up with stuff, but it's like, dang. And then I find, like in the beginning,
how long were you? Sorry to interrupt, but how long were you at therapy for?
Well, it's an hour drive, so it's 2 hours every day, and then 3 hours I was there.
Oh, okay, dang.
So yeah, so it was like 5 hours. Yeah, so like 10 to 12 hours, and sometimes I'd hang out and chill for a minute. But yeah, so then I had like 12 hours of just trying to put like the things that I really need to work on in those hours. And then I still found myself having like time where I'm like, whoa, like I have a lot of time now, and then it's like having to like find a new routine. And the same thing with like, I talk about this with clients too, that, if we change their macros up, the ones that like to eat the same, or I shouldn't say like, but they don't have a problem eating the same thing over and over again. And then we change their macros, and now we have to, kind of change not fully what they're eating, but either adding more to what it is that they're already eating, or adding in other things, in the case that they do want like diversity. And then it's hard to find a new eating routine that you're hitting your macros consistently every single day, because it gets hard when you're eating different things all the time to be able to hit your macros. And then finally, like one day you like hit your macros like so perfect, you're like, oh, like I gotta do that, like tomorrow I gotta do the same thing. Just because it makes it so much easier to hit your goals, because otherwise it's really hard. If you have different things that you're eating all the time, it makes it really hard to it makes it really stressful, is a better way to explain it.
Yeah. I do you track all your macros and everything?
For the most part. Like,
how many calories do you eat a day?
Right now I'm trying to cut, so I'm at like 1550.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy, really?
Yeah, but I'm also like I think I overestimated what my maintenance was, because I'm sitting down. I'm like sedentary technically, even though I'm working out a lot and doing a bunch of stuff, but I'm technically sedentary. And so I was eating around 2200, 2100, and I started like putting on weight, even though I was not eating really. Yeah. And that's then crazy. I'm like, I was like in a bulk basically, and I'm like, oh no, like I gotta cut back down. So then I dropped it. Hey. And it's taken a while. Like I started at 1750, and then now I'm down to 1550. So
that's so little. I ate 1200 calories of like protein cookies as a snack earlier. 1550 is crazy.
Yeah, but it is a lot of food too. Like I can eat.
Definitely not. Like unless you're eating fucking cabbage.
No, I mean like today, for instance, I had 2 eggs, half a cup of egg whites, 2 pieces of turkey bacon, and half an avocado for breakfast. Then I had an apple, which is like 150 grams. And then when I came here, I had rice, Japanese barbecue sauce, chicken thighs, and then the salsa, so mango, pineapple, and cucumber. And then when we're done, I'll be eating like 150 grams of ground beef, 100 grams of potatoes, ketchup and mustard, and like that's a substantial amount of food. And then I still have calories left over to eat.
Yeah. Huh. How do you track your calories?
Through MyFitnessPal.
Okay. The only time I've done that, I was bulking and I was eating like 3,300 calories a day or something.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I definitely can eat that much if I really want to. I have to like really like force myself to like not eat. I can eat all the time. Like no matter, I can like people, if they're not finishing their plate, I'll finish it. Yeah. Like I can always eat. But
I was eating only meat at that time.
Oh,
that was the only time I tracked it, because as soon as I started eating food other than meat, it became
really hard,
more difficult to track. I mean, more difficult than just putting ground beef, 1 pound.
True.
As soon as I had to input like other foods into it, I was like, ah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. It is hard. It is tedious, but it's like choosing. It's different if you don't have like really specific goals. Like, if you have really specific goals or you're really trying to lose weight, it's really important to monitor what is going into your body, because if you're not looking at the calories in and you're in a surplus and you have no idea, but you think that you're eating really healthy and you're not losing weight, there's a reason, because you're not in a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that that's like a really big thing that people don't seem to grasp, is that you have to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. I like to put my clients on a high protein diet so that their muscle is nice and preserved through the protein, so that they're not losing muscle mass as they're losing weight. That's kind of how it goes.
I'll have to do, because if I do the meal prepping, then it makes it easy to track your calories, because then you can just like, you just figure out the meal one time, right? And then you just know.
Yeah, and as long as you're just putting in like the same amount every time, like if it's I like to do everything in grams. Grams makes everything more accurate versus cups, because sometimes it can be a really full cup or sometimes it can be like not a super full cup. So it's always better to accurately weigh everything in grams. But if you prep it all out in containers and you weigh everything like in the 2 hours that you're prepping, then you already know what you're going to eat for the week, and you don't have to like weigh it out and scale like any of that.
I might have to. I don't want to incorporate too much stuff so that I like don't do any of it.
Right.
But I do want to kind of figure out like what my maintenance is, and just because my problem is not eating enough.
Yeah, that's a lot of people's problems.
Yeah, because I want to actually start gaining muscle, because I really need to gain muscle in my back and like build muscle around my spine to hold it, because like I'm having degradation of my spine, and my theory is that if there was more muscle around it, it would protect it more from like bending and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. And muscle building is hard. It just takes time and the proper nutrition and stuff. Otherwise,
you really have to eat enough, or you just don't gain muscle. You just don't build muscle at all. Because when I was tracking my calories and eating only meat, that was the first time I ever tracked my calories, and I was making sure that I was eating like whatever it was, 3,300 to 3,200 calories a day, and like I was gaining muscle fast. Like I was like, wow, this is like, because I was working out. I've always worked out. I've worked out since I was like 13 years old. Not always consistent about it, but like for 6 or 7 months of the year, like of every year since then, I've been spending a lot of time exercising. And there was tons of periods in my life where I'd get really ripped, and there was other periods where I'd work out so hard and like wouldn't gain any muscle. And I think it was just not eating enough protein and stuff.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. And I think also like I think a lot of people are scared of eating more, because they think that like the more that they eat, the more that they're gonna weigh. But sometimes our body needs more to be able to metabolize it, to be able to like keep our metabolism running, so that it's not holding on to weight that it's scared of losing.
But it's easy to eat too many calories in excess when you're eating processed foods.
Oh, yeah.
When you don't eat processed food, it's really hard to eat enough calories.
Yeah.
And
that's funny.
That's what I've struggled with, is like not... I've switched from my younger days of eating tons of processed food and eating whatever I wanted to now like trying to eat whole foods only. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, it is really hard. That's what I'm saying. Like 1,500, 1,600 calories with just whole foods and no protein shakes and stuff. Like it doesn't seem like it's a lot of food, but it's, 3 to 4 meals. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously the portion sizes aren't massive, but it's enough to like feel full.
I would be fucking starving if I ate 15.
Sometimes I am starving, and sometimes at nighttime I'm just like, damn, I'm so hungry. But then you just got to fight through it. It's just like one of those things where, the fat is coming off, and like as long as you have enough protein, then you're good. That's how I look at it.
I don't know if you've ever found this, but I find if like eating super low calorie, like 600 calories a day, is like almost easier than eating like in between. Like when you eat like really, really low calorie,
600 would be like, that's not even enough to keep your body maintained.
That's what I just but in periods of time where I just wasn't eating very much, like I literally had like malnutrition, so I obviously was doing something wrong. But like I've noticed that when I was eating like super low amounts, I would just continue accidentally like not eating. But if I eat like 1,500 calories a day, then I'm like starving. I'm definitely gonna like pig out at night.
Interesting.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but
I don't know.
When I'm like fasting and eating tiny amounts, I won't be hungry at all. But if I just, eat just a little bit below maintenance, then like I'll have to go eat something at night. I'll go pig out on something right before bed.
Maybe because like your metabolism is like really running. And then
that makes sense. That's actually probably exactly what it is.
Yeah. That's why. Whereas if it's not getting enough food, it's probably just trying to maintain, like, to stay alive. So it doesn't want to burn everything that you're not consuming.
Yeah, because when I've noticed that when I eat super low calorie by accident for like a long time and like start losing weight rapidly, I'll be cold. So like my metabolism probably literally isn't burning anything.
Yeah, like there's like not as much thermogenesis happening where your body is like actively working to burn off things. So it's like holding on to everything. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
I've often wondered if like there like isn't, I don't know, like I don't feel like there's an exact like maintenance amount. I feel like you kind of have some leeway where like you eat more and your body just burns more. Like I feel like there's
if you have a good metabolism
before it stores it as fat. Like I feel like if I eat 2,500 calories or like if I eat 2,200 calories, I'll maintain perfectly, and if I eat 2,600, like I'll maintain perfectly. Kind of like I won't be gaining weight or losing weight, kind of anywhere in that range. And it feels like your body's just burning that extra calories. I don't know. That's just a total tangent I thought you might know something about.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on the person's metabolism, because there are people that I've seen, like people that compete, like natural athletes, that, in their prep, the lowest that they've gone in their calories is like 1,700. And like, that's still kind of like, that's low, but that's low for their body type. I mean, they're fucking like ripped, right?
Yeah.
And like have like amazing size and stuff on them. But also that's still kind of high because there are other people that have to go down to like 1,400 to get to that same like deficit or that same like lean look. So I think it does matter as far as a person, if they're partitioning their macros well in their body, meaning like if their carbs are going to their muscles versus being stored as fat and held on to. So like nutrition partitioning. So that's where like timing, like carb timing. So meaning you have carbs before you work out and carbs after you work out, and then you taper off throughout the day. So now you're utilizing your carbs like during your lift, and then you're replenishing glycogen post lift, so that you're not depleting, and like your body does have things to like burn off as the day goes, but then you're tapering off as the day comes along too. Mm-hmm. So then at nighttime, I think if you don't have carbs at nighttime, some kind of like fat loss, or like you are more able to burn fat probably because of an insulin spike or something. I'd have to look more into it, but those are just like small bits that I've been reading about.
I usually like save my carbs and eat them. Like I normally eat most of my carbs later in the day.
Well, it just depends around like your training schedule.
Yeah, I've just discovered I'm such an idiot, and I've probably for like 85% of all the workouts I've done in the last like years, I've done fasted, like relatively fasted, and only recently did I realize that if I just eat some carbohydrates before working out, I can work out like
harder.
twice as hard.
Yeah.
So much harder. Like it's
There's
not
energy.
And I just like it's just anyone who like researches lifting and athleticism and stuff is probably like duh, but I just get so much mixed information that I don't know what the fuck's true and not true. So like
no, I mean that's understandable, but also there are people like if you have like a pretty hefty meal the night before, you're not burning any glycogen like while you're sleeping. So like when you wake up and you're not hungry, you can go train fasted because your glycogen stores are full from the night before.
I definitely can't I definitely have noticed like no matter when I train, if I have some food before, like a nice mix of some carbs and some protein, I definitely can work out harder. Like I just, because I used to like working out late morning, early afternoon, fasted. I really liked working out fasted. Like I just preferred it for some reason.
I did that for a long time too, but that's because I worked out like early in the morning, and then I was taking sermorelin, which helps facilitate growth hormone release, like the early on in recovery. And I was told to like fast in the morning time because once you spike insulin, growth hormone shuts out, and in order to optimize like the medication, that's what I had to do. So then for like a year and a half, I was doing fasted workouts and stuff.
All right, so with the fasting in the morning, you're just kind of going for like a double whammy of getting like that growth hormone pulse throughout the night, and then also taking advantage of that fasted state in the morning,
right,
to increase more growth hormone as well.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I want to get back on the peptide train.
Yeah, I think you should.
I want to order some peptides because, like I've told you before on a previous podcast moment, I wanted to or it helps me to like just the act of injecting something and like drawing it out of the vial and everything and having like the little scientific vial looking thing inside the fridge makes me feel like I'm doing something like super official, and I want to take full advantage of it. So it like makes me more disciplined in my routine.
Yeah, it makes sense because you're also paying a lot of money for the peptides, and so you want to optimize them the best that you can when you're using them, because otherwise they're just you're kind of being wasteful if you're not.
What's your best source for peptides?
Well, I have a friend that is doing that has a peptide company, which is the ZenTide Health, and then there's another company.
How do you say it?
ZenTide.
ZenTide?
Yeah, there's ZenTide, and then there's the company that recently reached out to me, which is like LEMD, but they don't have like the research peptides. Those are all like the pharmaceutical grade peptides. And then there's other like a quote unquote black market, I guess you can call it, or just, people that sell peptides. There's one called Pure Health. I can't remember fully what the name is. And then the one that I was getting my peptides from at the beginning of my recovery was called is called PureRawz.co. So PureRawz.co.
Okay. I've always ordered them from Peptide Sciences. That's the only place.
Oh, really?
Or I bought them from Limitless Nootropics once.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't heard of those ones. I just recently got introduced to the Peptide Health one, or the Pure Health one, sorry. And then the PureRawz one, I've told a lot of people about that one. But it's hard. It's not. I shouldn't say it's hard. It's just a little bit different on how you like go and pay for it. Like you have to go buy Bitcoin, and then with Bitcoin is how you go and buy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's interesting.
This one, Peptide Sciences, gives you the option, I think, to pay with cryptocurrency. Maybe one of them does. One of the ones that I ordered from did.
That makes sense.
It also, you can just order it with your credit card as well.
Yeah, the Pure Health one, you can just order with your credit card.
And it's research peptides?
Yeah, everything, all of the peptide companies, they're all research grade.
It's so hard to know if you're getting what you're actually like if you're getting safe.
Yeah, well, that's why it's important.
That you're actually paying for.
Right. Well, that's why it's important to see if they're third-party tested. Mm-hmm. That way, then somebody else or multiple places have tested their purity, and then if they have the COA, so COAs are the certificates of analysis.
Okay.
And so you have to always look to see if the companies that you're buying off of have COAs.
I just listened to a podcaster that I trusted and just bought it where they told me to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, that's also a thing.
I listened to the Ben Greenfield podcast, and I just feel like he wouldn't lead me that far astray. Like,
right.
He'd buy everything he ingests and consumes and buys for himself is like the highest quality everything. Like every time he recommends a supplement, I go to look it up, and it's like so prohibitively expensive. I'm like, who the fuck who's your listener that's buying this, you know?
Right.
Like a $250 a week supply.
Oh man, I mean, it is expensive. There's a lot of things that are, I mean, it's just expensive. Yeah. And it's like picking and choosing what you want to spend your money on.
The ipamorelin and the CJC are relatively affordable. They last a long time. Like, the ones like TB500 and BPC 157, that stack gets expensive quick.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends what kind of dose you're doing. Like, I was running in the beginning of my injury, I was running a bottle a week, so 10 milligrams a week. Mm-hmm. So, and that ended up being, I did 16 weeks total with a break in between. So I guess 20 weeks with a 4-week break, and that probably was running around like $1,200. Mm-hmm. And that's including like syringes and everything too.
That's not too bad if you think about it, though. Like,
no, because that's like 1 vial a week.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot. That's a super high dose.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get back on a peptide stack.
I'm all for it
because I was doing it, and then I switched to doing just testosterone, and what is that other one called? Deca.
Yeah.
Deca, and wanted to just see how they like get a peer reaction to what they were doing. So I didn't want to like do all the peptides on top of it. But now that I've experimented, that experiment failed, and I'm back to all natty. I'm gonna have to get back on a peptide stack.
Yeah. I'm all for it. I think they're definitely beneficial, and I think that's the way that the direction we are heading in.
Yeah, I think the Peptide Sciences. We'll link to all the ones that you mentioned as well, and maybe put some notes in there. And I'll also put a link to Peptide Sciences, and you can do your own research and check out.
Definitely do your own research, create your own discernment, and then make the best decision from there.
But like, I know at least for sure the PT141 that I got from Peptide Sciences was legit. One? It's I can't remember what the name is for it, but it's just an erection peptide. I don't know what else to call it.
I remember you telling me that.
It's super potent. Like, it works really, like, scary well. Like, you start to get concerned about, like, how well it's working.
How long do you inject it before needing?
Like, and it takes about an hour to kick in, and then you basically, like, I just basically had a boner for like on and off for like 3 days straight. Like, I can't take it if I'm gonna go to PT or something. There's no way. There's no fucking way. I would cancel PT if I had taken it within 48 hours. Like,
oh my gosh,
maybe at the 72-hour mark I'd be able to get away with it, but like, if like even my shorts even brush along, it's like an instant raging erection. It's really, really effective. It makes Viagra look like child's play.
Oh man, I've never heard of it.
And so that one, I know it works because it's like, it's obviously working.
The wind blows and you're like, oh no.
Yeah. So Peptide Sciences, shout out. Like, the PT141 is for sure legit. That's a cool one because like I've been lucky as a spinal cord injury person with not having too bad of erection issues. Like, as long as I take Cialis, it usually works pretty well. But like the PT141, it's like a no fail. Like, I don't know how it would be for people who don't have, like, who are flaccid and don't have like, I don't know if that affects thing. I don't know if that affects.
Well, you don't know if you don't try.
Yeah, but if you're spinal cord injured and you're struggling with erections, I can't like recommend PT141 enough. If you are like struggling with sex addiction, I would not recommend it, because it does also like super, like, it doesn't work like Viagra works, whereas like Viagra is like a mechanistic thing.
Yeah, it like opens up it just opens up for the blood to be able to rush through.
Yeah, like Viagra, Cialis just makes you like more vasodilated
Yeah.
and just gets you more blood flow, whereas this like just makes you hornier. It also does something.
Do you know the mechanism of action?
I have no idea. I just know that it's
We should look
acting
it up.
on your central nervous system. Yeah, let's look it up.
Yeah, we should look it up.
Let's look it up real quick and see what ChatGPT has to say about it, because that would be super interesting to know. All right, let's see if we can't do a talking ChatGPT and see if it'll tell us here where's my mouse? There she is. All right, pull up Dr. Chat Daddy here. Let's go to Dr. Chat Daddy. Oh no, where is he?
There it is.
There he is. I created a GPT inside my GPT named Dr. Chat Daddy that has all my medical stuff. Hey, Dr. Chat Daddy, how are you? Oh.
Hey there, I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Let's dive in. Just let me know what you need help with today.
Yeah, Dr. Chat Daddy, I'm wondering about PT141 and what the mechanism of action is. Like, how does it actually work?
Absolutely. So PT141 is also known as bremelanotide, and it's actually a peptide that works by activating melanocortin receptors in the brain. In simpler terms, it stimulates certain pathways in your brain that are involved in sexual arousal. Originally, it was developed to help with things like sexual dysfunction, and it works by kind of boosting your natural arousal signals. So that's the gist of how it does its thing.
Well, so it's just making you hornier, like it's working from inside the brain?
Yeah, pretty much. It's basically working on the brain level to increase sexual desire. So it's not acting directly on, say, blood flow like some other medications do. Instead, it's kind of flipping the switch in your brain that gets you in the mood. So yes, it's essentially turning up the dial on your libido from the inside out.
So why does it give you an erection even when you're not feeling horny? Like, my experience with it was like basically an on and off constant erection for like 3 days straight. Why, even when I wasn't horny?
Yeah, that can definitely happen, and it's a pretty common experience with PT141. Essentially, those brain pathways that it activates don't just control the feeling of desire, they also influence the signals that lead to physical arousal, like erections. So even if you don't mentally feel super turned on, your body might still respond that way just because those pathways are being stimulated continuously. Basically, it's like the physical response is on autopilot for a while, which is why you might have that kind of side effect.
Thanks, Dr. Chat Daddy. You're the best.
You're very welcome. I'm always happy to help out. And hey, I'm here whenever you need more info. Just let me know.
Peace be the journey. Goodbye. Yeah.
Well, so it opens up those pathways.
Yeah. It just turns on something in your brain. The interesting thing as well is I guess it came as a discovery from melanotan, which is like a peptide that makes you more tan.
Oh.
And people were
bodybuilders were using that.
Yeah, and they were just discovering that they were super horny and getting erections. And so they I think they refined it more into PT141. That's what I remember learning.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if you were to what kind of dose did you take?
Oh man, I can't remember, but it's super. I want to say like 250 micrograms. I'm like,
oh, so pretty tiny. So maybe even less than that, and it wouldn't have been dragged out as long. I wonder what the half-life of it is.
Like, I took 500 micrograms once, and that was like the really pronounced effect. And then 250 micrograms was like what I wanted to get out of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so then it is like dose based.
Yeah, it is definitely dose based. I know that some people.
And I wonder how long it does stay in your system for it to then, if you were to microdose it at a lower dose, how long it would take for it to eliminate from your system. because then it would make sense if you have a higher dose and it lasted longer, then maybe the half-life on it is kind of long. Longer.
I mean, I got effects from it for about 3 days. After 3 days, didn't notice anything at all.
Yeah, so then maybe it has like a 3-day half-life.
Yeah, and
after one shot, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, when I was going over peptide stacks with Dr. GPT, it was saying that you could even microdose PT141 to help as a mood increase, like to just help with mood.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, usually if you're like horny, you're a little happier.
Yeah, I think it is something where it does.
Like at a very the lowest, right? Because then there's obviously the point of just like being super frustrated and especially when you're not getting anything.
Yeah, there's definitely that point.
But that does make sense.
Pretty quickly with macrodosing PT141.
I can only imagine.
It's very potent. I'm not sure. It's definitely not as potent as testosterone, though. Testosterone had a way more pronounced effect on sex drive. Like I was immediately because sex drive turned to 100.
Yeah, I mean, when I started low dose testosterone in the beginning of 24, I really felt for you guys, like for men. I like really understood like what you guys go through.
Because you would still be super like low testosterone.
Yeah,
to,
well,
like, what a man has.
Yeah, well, like when I first started, I had it really low. They were like really low. And then I had taken, I think it was maybe a couple weeks into it, and the first time I like bumped to like 180, and then me and Dr. Scott he's like, oh, it's probably just because like your system's flooding, like it'll eventually level out. And the next time I got blood work, it was like in the 260s, and he was like, how you feeling? I'm like, I feel fucking great. And he's like, yeah, I bet you do. But man, it was rough. I'm not gonna lie, it was really rough. Like I said, I feel like I understand. I have more empathy now. I have more empathy now for you guys.
It was super. My testosterone was obviously way above that when I was dosing with testosterone. It was like crazy. Like it was just a constant circulation of sexual thoughts. Like it was really hard to like focus and do what I needed to do. Like during peak times, like it would just like be in waves, but it was really intense. Like it felt like I was 16 again.
Yeah, like I said, I had like a lot more empathy for you guys now. I'm like, damn, like they have to really fucking like keep it together.
What are you trying to keep your testosterone at when you're like using it as a female for
optimization?
Yeah, for
like 80 to 100.
Okay.
But like,
what would female testosterone be normally? Like
the range is like, I think the range is honestly like 12 to 45.
Okay.
Like the range that they say you're okay and fine. But I think like having like the fact that it's like so important for you guys and like how you feel and how you move throughout the day, why wouldn't it be the same for a female? So if you can be on the higher end and like be on a more optimized level, imagine how you would be feeling in like your energy levels and just overall mood in general, right? And I mean, as soon as I started taking it, it was like a massive difference.
I have like post testosterone depression to some extent of just like thinking like how much better it could be if I was just on testosterone again, because I only did it for like 5 or 6 weeks, but it was just getting really, really good. Like I was just like my body had just leveled out and got like nice, stable, high like serum blood levels, and it was fucking amazing. Like everyone who's on testosterone, who's like those high intensity like sales guys and stuff on the internet that are just jacked out of their mind and being like, just work 12 hours a day, just grind harder. Right. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. Like, it's such cheating. Whatever. Like, unless you preface it with like, take 500 milligrams of testosterone a week and then do what I do, like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's not the same. It's so easy. It's just boom, life on easy mode. I didn't like all of the like side effects and being completely like tied to a needle, like, and
Yeah.
I really didn't like the idea of like of just being controlled by this substance, of if
Right.
there was supply chain issues or if the laws changed or something like that, and now my body literally doesn't work without, because if you're a guy and you're on testosterone long enough, like your testicles just shut down forever, and they might never they could restart again, but they might not. It's a real risk, and that just scared the crap out of me. And then with the mast cell activation syndrome, apparently when you crash your estrogen, it's like the worst side effects ever imaginable.
Yeah.
Which, who knew?
Well, now we know.
Yeah, us now, yeah. But
Fuck.
if it wasn't for that, like, I mean, I might still hop on it again someday, but it's a lot to manage. Like,
Yeah. Well, especially because you have like these other complications that run alongside that don't really complement it, that kind of like fight against it. It definitely makes it harder to manage for sure.
yeah, and I was starting to get some acne and stuff on my back, like, not really bad, but just like acne that I'd never had before, and like that just freaks me out. Like,
Yeah. Well, I think also running, I mean, it's also just like fine tuning and figuring out like what your body is able to like take in and what's too much too. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had to figure that out too with like my body. I mean, I was getting like side effects and stuff in the beginning, and I still do have some side effects, but I think the pros outweigh the cons as far as like being able to recover faster and having more bio available so that I can, you know, have more output and be able to do the things that I'm doing. But it's also been fine tuning. I mean, I had to drop I started at it, I think, at 10 milligrams a week, and then, which was like 3 times a week dosing. And then I've dropped it all the way down to 4 milligrams a week, and now I'm good.
That's crazy. That's such a tiny amount.
So tiny. It's like the tiniest little bit, but it makes, but like I just had blood work, and it was at, like my level was like 86 or something. And like, I think that's a great like level to be at.
They have to mix your testosterone differently than,
Yeah. I have to
so
get
that
it,
it's like
I had to get it
not
compounded.
Yeah, so it's not as concentrated. Otherwise, with my mixture, you would have been injecting like literally like the
not even
tiniest-
0.1, like probably
Yeah,
0.001.
Yeah, you wouldn't even be possible to measure. They must put more carrier oil in there.
Yeah, something. Yeah, my bottle or my vial is like 20 milligrams per 5 ml.
Okay, yeah, that's way
Super
way
tiny.
different.
It's super low dose, like super low dose. But they make all kinds of stuff. They make creams because there are people that don't like the, you know, injecting, and I got weary with the creams because I just didn't want to like potentially have like hair growing, like even I'm pretty hairy already, right? Like I don't want to
Dose
have
up your dog.
yeah,
That'd be pretty sweet.
Oh man. I thought about that the other day actually. Like what would happen, like do people like with pit bulls and stuff, do they like
100% someone does
they
it.
yeah, I
Someone
mean, because
does
some
it.
dogs are just like, that dog is fucking ripped.
Well, wasn't trenbolone originally for cattle? Like, I'm pretty
Was
sure.
it?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure it was never for human consumption. I'm pretty sure it was designed
That would make sense.
to bulk up cattle.
That makes sense. I didn't know that. I'll have to look into that.
That could be like folklore, like that could be bro lore.
Yeah.
It could just be completely made up, like dumb
I mean-
bodybuilder shit that I heard off the internet. But
Yeah.
I think it was legitimately made to like as like trying to beef up cattle more.
That makes sense. I mean, a lot of things used for, you know, what are like those big animals, people are just now starting to use.
Yeah, so 100% someone's injecting their dog with testosterone, like
that's
to make
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
Like, it probably feels awesome.
Yeah, dog probably feels great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because my boy dog, he was a stud. I mean, he still is a stud, but like he was like a stud. Like he was fucking ripped and like stocky. And then I had to take his balls off. I'm not gonna say why, but I had to take his balls off, and then he became soft, and I regret taking his balls, but
Well, I mean, not that soft.
yeah, well,
He
that was.
massacred a possum recently.
Yeah. I think yeah, because of my girl dog, yeah, that happened over the weekend.
She was the instigator?
She's always the instigator. He's like the most innocent boy, and then when he came into like my life and met Tiki, my girl, she's the instigator, 100%. Like, he got locked in the chicken coop one time, and all the chickens were in there, and he didn't touch any of them. But if Tiki was in there, they would have been all dead.
Do you still have chickens?
Yeah, I have 5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, they're just chickening.
But I put you on the spot. You have to tell the story now. Everyone's gonna be like, "What? Possum? What happened?"
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, so it was my high school reunion this past Saturday, my 10-year reunion, and I don't really drink and stuff anymore. But I had a shot or two, and then had a couple drinks, and then one of my best friends came with me, and I was like, it was probably like 10:45. I'm like, we should go and walk the dogs because I didn't walk them that day. I think it was raining like all day. She was like, okay. So then we get to the house, and it's all dark, so I don't see the dogs. They always come and greet me and everything. Then I like go to my room, go to the bathroom, and I come out of the bathroom, and like both of the dogs are like on my bed, and I look at them, and I see Tiki, my girl dog. She's like covered, like her whole face is like covered in blood, and it has like scratches on it, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, did you guys get in a fight? And every once in a while they'll tussle, but not to the point of drawing blood. And then I look at my boy dog, and he's like all white with like copper spots, and he's like all in my pillows, like rubbing himself all in my pillows, and he's like covered in blood. And I'm like, and then so I tell my friend, I'm like either they got into a fight, which they never do, or there's a crime scene out back, and we have to like go check it out. And she's like, all right. So then we like go outside, and yeah, sure enough, there was a crime scene, and it was this mangled possum, and then she just starts gagging. She's like, ugh.
No, poor possum.
And I'm like, oh no. And then, so then I had to like get, it was mangled in like 4 pieces, basically. They basically played like tug-of-war with it.
No.
Yeah, I know, so gross. And then my friend's like, your dog licked my mouth. And she's like, eh. And so I had to grab all of the stuff to like bathe them, and so then I ended up bathing them, and and I had to figure out how to clean it up. I had to call my ex. I'm like, hey, can you come pick this up, because Abby won't come do it, and her husband was sleeping, and he's like, I won't be able to come until the morning. And so I'm like, I can't have this dead possum in my yard, and I can't wheel up to it, because then how am I supposed to wheel back with it? I don't want to put a dead possum in my lap. So then
that's a good ex to go to your ex's house and pick up a dead possum in the middle of the night.
I was like, oh my god, I'm just thank you so much, because fuck, it sucked. And that was the 7th possum that they've killed.
What? You didn't tell me that. What?
The first
just
6
massacring possums?
They're freaking savages. They're savages.
How many fucking possums do you have around?
No. The
You'd
first
think they
6
would get the message. Like,
I know. I don't even know
I
don't even know how this one got in, because I have a privacy fence, and there's like my privacy fence is slicks, so like they can't like climb it, so it must have crawled underneath somewhere. But the first 6 possums they got them at my sister's house when I was like in rehab and in the hospital before I got the dogs back full time. And I would get a text at 11:30 at night, and my sister would be like, they got another fucking possum.
For the poor possum, they're just playing dead and just getting massacred.
Yeah. Well, then at my sister's house, she has like a lot more like trees and stuff. So the dog, like Tiki like likes to hunt. I think she has either like coon or some kind of hunting dog in her, because she'll hunt. And she'll like wait by the sliding glass door and like look at the fence and stuff, and possums are running across the fence, and her ass just bolts right out through the doggy door and like probably knocks the poor possum off the fence, and then they just go to town, and then Bruno of course follows.
Oh my god, she just. Oh yeah, I did not realize. I thought this was the first incident ever. I didn't realize they were just.
No, they are skilled soldiers.
Decimating the possum population in New Smyrna.
I know. My mom even was, because the possum has been going into the chicken coop and like harassing the chickens and stuff. And like 2 weeks prior, my mom's like telling the dog, she's like, go get the possum. And I'm like, no, like don't tell me to go get the possum, because then I'm gonna come home, there's gonna be blood everywhere, and then I'm gonna have to deal with it. And she's like, well, at least it'll be gone. And then 2 weeks later, that's exactly what happened.
I've been trying to capture possums since I got to Florida. I'm like really upset about my disability because I just would be able to capture the possum if it was not for the wheelchair, but I just haven't been able to get one.
Well, I mean, you could have gone to my trash the other day and had gotten one.
I don't know why. I just really want to capture one.
For what reason?
Just to hold it. Just to have it for a few, just not for long. Just like,
I mean, they don't carry rabies or anything. I don't know.
That
was
my motivation behind learning. Like, I learned that, and I was like, I want one.
Yeah, I don't know what else. I don't know what other diseases they could carry, but yeah, I mean, they're just like little ugly animals. I mean, I guess they're kind of cute, but like,
if I'd followed my if I had just been uncorrupted by society, I would have been like that yoink kid on Instagram that just grabs weird animals. Like, that would have been my destiny. Yeah. If I had just followed my true path in life, I would just be capturing weird animals for no reason.
Well, maybe that can still happen.
Maybe. I did catch that armadillo the other day.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And then what? They can carry leprosy or something?
Yep, they can carry leprosy. So that will be the last. I'll be researching all the animals I touch from now on. After I learned that, like, what the fuck, leprosy? Like,
oh man,
rabies is scary enough, but fucking leprosy, get out of here. And then I found out you don't even find out for like a year and a half after. I literally have leprosy.
And I mean, I guess, you know, in a year we'll find out.
That would be so unfortunate. I'll be so pissed
I'd be so upset for you.
I would be so upset if I got leprosy from touching an armadillo. What a fucking...
That would be so dumb. No, that doesn't happen.
Dumb. What a million... Like, is that word people... I've never even heard of anyone...
Isn't that like a medieval times, like disease?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't I've only heard about it in like India, maybe. Like, having leper colonies.
Did they carry just like the gene of it, or?
I don't know. I don't even know I think it's a virus.
Well, I mean, but it has to be infected with the virus. Like, it doesn't just have it.
I don't know. I mean, they must...
Because it's like, you know, it's like chicken. Like, you can't get salmonella from just chicken in general. Like, the chicken has to have salmonella for you to get salmonella.
Right.
Right. Well, and eggs, same thing.
It's like ChatGPT said 15 to 20% of armadillos in Florida have leprosy. But they have to sneeze on you. Or like you have to inhale, like...
Oh, like they're like...
Yeah, so luckily the armadillo got away after I grabbed it. Like, luckily it escaped quickly.
Like, inner fluids have to get on you or something?
You have to inhale them.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, inhale.
You have to inhale some,
so then you're good. I think you're fine.
Armadillo sneezes, yeah. It was pretty stressed, so it could have snotted some armadillo juice, but luckily it jumped away from me pretty quickly.
Yeah,
so
true.
I was really sad when it got away, and I'm really happy it got away now.
Now, yeah. I'm happy it got away too. That would have sucked.
That would be horrible. That would be the most horrible thing, basically, that can happen to you. Leprosy is, like, up there. It's definitely worse than paralysis. It's way worse. It's, like, the worst. Like, I guess rabies is a little bit worse, but, like, only marginally.
Yeah.
Like, only because, like, you die for certain with rabies, but leprosy is just, like, this prolonged, slow, basic death. Like, I researched it, and it said you just have to take, like, basically vancomycin for like a year.
Oh man.
Plus, so you basically die. Like,
yeah.
Your soul
100%.
dies. It just sucks your soul out of you.
Yeah. All because of a stupid armadillo.
I know. If there's any animal that would be worth getting it, an armadillo's up there. Like, you know, if I had to get it from an animal.
You think
an
so?
An armadillo's like a pretty cool one for me. Like,
really?
It was just a really, I didn't know they were so strong. I didn't know they could run. I didn't know they could jump. I had no idea. They were such athletic, weird little creatures. So, I mean, I'd be really pissed if I got it from, like, a fucking rat, you know what I mean? Or, like, a bunny. Like, that would suck.
That would suck for sure.
To get fucking any disease from bunny, that's not, like, there's some glory in it being an armadillo.
Yeah, I guess, you know.
It's just weird that, like, them of all animals, like, pretty much... You can touch all wild animals, and there's not really any danger.
Right.
Except for armadillos. I think.
Yeah.
I think you can touch all wild animals besides armadillos, and there's no danger.
Unless they, are...
Unless you get bitten.
Yeah, that's true. This is true.
I got bit by a squirrel once.
Wow, how close did it get to you?
I grabbed it.
That's why you're the yoink kid.
Yeah.
Damn, I mean, you must be really fast.
No, I baited it in. It was a friendly squirrel.
And he totally ruined
baited
trust.
in with a granola bar, and it was eating out of my hand, and then I just grabbed a hold of it.
And he said, "Fuck off."
And I don't know why. I didn't think it was going to bite me because I didn't like grab it aggressively. I just picked it up really quick.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was literally friendly because it was eating out of my hand. I was like, oh shit.
Oh man.
Hey little buddy. And he really just sunk his teeth right into my hand. I was super nervous that I got bit by a possum as well. Well, Australian guy told me that if you grab them by the tail, they can't bite you. And I was like, really? It seems like they'd be able to.
And he's like, oh, look at this guy.
And literally 2 days, like we saw this possum, and he's like, grab it by the tail. If you grab it by the tail, they can't bite you. And then it got away. And literally 2 days later, I was walking down the road really drunk, and there was just a possum sitting on a telephone pole in front of me. And I told the person I was with, I was like, I heard if you grab these things by the tail, they can't bite you. And I grabbed it by the tail, and it just went and just bit me on the arm super, like, instantly.
Oh, man. That is amazing. I wish I could have been there to see that.
Yeah, and I didn't know that they didn't have rabies until many years later. So I was
well, that's good.
I was just scared for weeks that I might get rabies.
Yeah, I mean, like, something has to, like, actively be, like, have rabies. Like, you would actively see them having rabies.
Possums look like they have rabies.
But, like, they're not, like, foaming and stuff at the mouth.
Well, no, I think they literally can't get rabies.
Yeah, I know.
Because their body temperature is so high.
Yeah, something like that. But, like, people kept saying, you know, if you see a raccoon during the day, that they have rabies. But that's not true. Like, rabies, like, they're, like, fucking psycho. Like,
yeah.
It's very rare that you see, like, an animal that has rabies.
You know, in Africa, kudus, you know what a kudu is? Like, those antelope that have the big curly horns.
Okay, yeah.
They super often get rabies.
Really?
Because they eat really thorny bushes. And so when one gets rabies, they wound their face a lot on these thorny bushes, and so they're eating together. So they spread the rabies really easily. And like
interesting.
Multiple people that I spoke to had stories of like aggressive kudus.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like really rare for like just maybe not, I mean, we're not in Africa, but I think it's rare to like just see animals in general with rabies.
Not if you ask my mom.
Really?
Every wild animal I touched ever, she was like, you're going to get rabies.
They have to like be actively showing that they have rabies. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they don't. And no matter what anybody says. I mean, that's what I think.
Yeah, that makes me think of Old Yeller, poor guy.
I know.
That was the first movie that ever made me cry.
Really?
Yeah. It was the only movie I think that made me cry for a long time. I just like was more like nothing could still make me cry as easily as like something bad happening to a dog.
I know. Like Marley and me.
I love my dogs so much.
I know, me too.
And they're innocent. Like, that's the thing. Like, anytime something bad's happening to a human, you're like, yeah, but, like, you know.
Yeah.
Dogs never deserve it.
Right, because they're just always happy.
Yeah, and even if it's a bad dog, it's the owner's fault. Like
100%.
Yeah, like, there's no such thing as, like, a dog that's just innately bad.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. Especially because I have pit bulls. I don't believe that one bit. They're just like really loyal and they protect. And if like I'm very confident that if I go outside at nighttime and somebody approaches me, my dog's gonna get you.
Oh yeah.
Like that's how much my dog protects me.
I don't have any confidence that my dog's gonna get anyone.
Oh Cleo, we love you. That's okay.
Someone would have like I think she might like get after someone if they really like they'd have to be attacking me.
Yeah. I mean, because dogs can sense that, for sure.
I don't think she'd be able to do much damage, you know.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, a little bit. She can eat. I did feed her, like, a rack of deer ribs once, like, and she, like, when
devoured
she was eating it. Well, yeah, and she was, like, breaking the bones, like, just crunching them down and eating them.
Dogs are strong.
I was like, damn, like, that bite would be rough.
That would hurt.
My bulldog definitely can't do any damage, though. She can't. Her little mouth isn't even, it can't open wide enough.
She can
try. Her and Cleo get in fights, and, like, luckily Cleo loves her and is, like, the older one.
Yeah.
So when they get in fights, Cleo just holds her down. Because the bulldog's trying to hurt Cleo, but she can't. Her little mouth can't.
You can't do it.
Make it happen.
That's so funny. Yeah, my dog is getting into tussles here and there, but they never thankfully never like never enough to where they like draw blood or anything, but they'll definitely like yell at each other and enough for me to be like, stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
are they aggressive, like just in general, like?
No, not really. They're like, I mean, if they feel threatened or they think like somebody that they like care about is getting like threatened or they feel being threatened, they'll definitely. My girl not so much, but my boy dog, he'll say something.
Mm-hmm.
He'll make sure that you know that he doesn't like what you're doing.
Yeah. I've met a couple people that have pit bulls that like they were pretty scary, but for the most part, like 90% of pit bulls I've met have been chill.
Yeah, I've never been scared of pit bulls. The only dog that's really been like kind of scary for me, or that I've kind of had a little bit of hesitation, is Rottweilers, because I had one incident with a Rottweiler years and years ago that just made me like take a step back, and then it imprinted in my nervous system that like they kind of, and they have really dark eyes. I think that's also a problem. Like it's like dark, like super dark eyes, and you can't like see the whites of their eyes that well. That's a thing too. Like the reason we can connect with animals or like with dogs is because we can see the whites of their eyes.
Really?
Yeah, I watched a whole documentary about it.
Really?
Yeah, that's how they like get us. That's how you can like really connect with them, is because you can see that white.
Huh, that's fun, interesting. Like, and the humans connecting with them, like, we feel a connection more because of that.
Yeah, because
that's
it's like a comfort thing, like because you can see the white. I don't know like the science behind it, but there's some kind of like psychological thing behind it.
My dogs do get me when they look me in the eyes. Like, that's when they get me.
I know, it's so cute. How do you not? It's like, I just love you. It's like I can be so upset, but then they're like, and you just melt. That's how I am.
Yeah, if they look me in the eyes, and like when they're like, that's when they get me to like give them food when I'm not supposed to or something. They like, we meet eyes and they're just longing and they want the food so bad, and you're like, like it literally like there's nothing else in your entire world right now, and I can see in your eyes that your eyes are just like, please,
I know,
please give me that, just a little piece of chicken, please.
I just need a little bit. My boy dog, he'll if I wait, like if it's raining all day, or if I wait till like the super end of the day to like take him for a walk and I haven't taken him yet, like he'll be on my bed, and my other dog is like sleeping. She doesn't give a fuck, but he'll look at me and he'll keep looking at me like, are we going? And he'll like raise his eyebrows and stuff as I'm like walking around, and like he'll like eye track me the whole entire time, like as I'm going out like my door, and then but it's like a anticipation of like he's waiting for me to be like, all right, let's go, right? And I just know like, oh man, like he's really wanting me to go. Nice.
All right, so minor technical difficulties there. Our SD card got full, even though it doesn't matter. Technical difficulties. Yeah. But we were a little off base anyways. We were just rambling about dogs, so maybe for the best.
For the sake of the audience.
Yeah, for the sake of the audience. Back to our original topic, which is boringness.
Yeah.
Sorry, audience.
The mundane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much a solid wrap on this episode, I think. My goal going forward is to make my life more boring, to get into like really set into a routine, because I think it's important for my progression physically and also like financially. But now with what I've learned from ChatGPT, also like mentally and emotionally, like it seems like it puts you in all around a healing state. And my goal is not to just torpedo this one, because I have potentially, as my therapist here has ascribed, might be just torpedoing my progress for like out of fear or something.
It very well could be, but I think there's beauty in the mundane. Again, the healing process, it's like putting yourself in a parasympathetic state to where you're not thinking about things that are taking up a lot of energy. I listened to something not that long ago. Well, I guess kind of. It was like before the accident. But like billionaires, and like really, really successful people, like they even wear the same thing every single day. So it saves brain capacity to make bigger decisions later on in the day, so that they don't have to like figure out what they have to wear, because they just wear the same thing every single day. I think actually Steve Jobs was one of those people. He wore like a black turtleneck and jeans every single day, and that like saved him.
I think like now that I imagine things of him, he was always wearing that.
Yeah, and I think that he did that so that he wouldn't have to like waste his brain power to think about what to wear. And so the same concept is for like, that's why building the routines of like,
you should have wasted some more original brain power on the first outfit. Weird outfit to choose. A fucking turtleneck. Come on,
know,
dude.
Right? Well,
anyways,
but so those are just like that's like a small example, but like that's why building routine and being in a structure where you are anticipating the things that are happening saves a lot of saves brain capacity to be making other decisions later. I guess it's important for, you know, people that run big companies and things like that, because you have a lot of people's livelihoods that you have to take care of.
Yeah, I wanted to start my routine thing before the like vacation, and I did start it at home, but as soon as I went on vacation, it's just impossible.
Yeah.
When I got back, I slept 12 hours the first night, 10 hours the second night, and 10 hours last night.
Well, your body's going through a lot too, so.
Yeah, but it was also just like being home, being in my environment. Like I used to sleep fine elsewhere, but I've become more and more of a homebody as I've gotten older, where I really feel comfortable and happy in my home, wherever that is. Like I don't mind moving, but like I just
in your space.
Yeah, in my space.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
But cool. My beef chuck roast is sitting out there waiting for me, and I'm starving. So it's 10 o'clock at night. Should we call this a show?
Yeah.
See you guys.
See you later.
Next week. And boom. Bam. Episode 9 or possibly 10 done.